Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday. We're in the fish room and we are live with Flatbed Aquatics. I think that's what you go by, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. You got two different ones. So,
Well, the one that I'm or not subscribed member of with your channel is my main account because for some reason it won't let me do a membership with this one. So
fair enough. So I guess we'll get into this. We'll tiptoe into it.
ooh,
We're gonna do a little different here. So,
we're gonna tiptoe through the tulips. We got to get the
yes.
ukulele and everything.
So we're gonna do this slightly different than I normally do.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be my first test subject on this.
Oh crap.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is it's gonna be me and you chatting for about the first hour.
Okay.
Then I'm going to throw the link in the comment section,
Okay.
and it'll give people a chance to come up and ask you a question.
Oh geez.
Let's try this and see if this works. I don't see anybody else doing this, so let's do this.
Yeah. Ugh.
So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you're about.
Well, as Jim said, Flatbed Aquatics. My actual name is Mike. Um, the I'm been a truck driver for 15 years, or no, going on almost 18 years rather. Uh, and actually, finally got into the hobby full time about 2 years ago. I've always had tanks growing up, that type of thing. Um, Nothing spectacular. What you see behind me is what I have built in the last year and a half. Um, Unfortunately, I have family that takes precedence over my hobby, which I'm sure everybody can attest to. Um,
Absolutely.
and other than that, I you know do things the way the hell I want them, and I really don't care, quite
So
frankly.
basically, it's saying it's your hobby. You're going to do it your way.
Exactly.
At least somebody
Uh,
else understands that.
oh yeah,
I started saying that I don't know, probably a year ago when I was
yeah,
ending my videos, and I had somebody pop in was like, "Bro, I like your catchphrase." So that's not a catchphrase. I'm
yeah,
actually telling you it's your hobby. Make sure you do it your way. Don't do it by this person's way or that person's way. Just
yeah,
because they have a huge a social media influence doesn't mean they're correct.
yeah. You know,
Oh,
with myself, I watch quite a bit of YouTube, that type of thing before I really got into, building this room and doing what I've done. And I've taken aspects of a lot of people and I've tried my own thing. Um, I've put fish together that, oh my gosh, you can't put together. And it works out fine. I've got, you know, in the house, I have a community tank that right now I'm growing out. Uh, it's six of the, well, I'm sorry, four of the, of six of them angelfish that I bred myself.
okay.
Uh, I believe I sent you a picture, and I
Yeah.
put something up on my Facebook that I actually got a pair out of that six that bred in that tank. They're not mature enough, not large enough yet to split off, in my opinion, to put in their own tank and let them start doing their own spawns, that type of thing. But um, it's a 55-gallon tank. Um, I've got the angelfish in there. I've got grommies in there. I've got danios in there. I've got pea puffers in there. I've got corys in there. I've not had a single issue with that tank, except for the occasional, you know, the fish gets old, it dies. I mean, honestly, what are you gonna do? Um,
So when that fish dies, do you automatically test your water?
I will test my water if there is a if I see that there may be or I think there may be an issue. If one fish dies, I'm not worried about it, quite frankly. If I see multiple, die that I've, had for the same amount of time, it's probably their time to go. Um, if I, if I see others that are stressed out, that type of thing, yes, I'll test my water. Um, but for the most part, all of my tanks, I honestly do water changes about once a month, and I test in between, and I don't really have the issues. I've got well, I just noticed today I've got a angelfish in there that uh, looks like they've been sparring over areas. They've got one particular one's got a cut on their face that I need to pull out. I've got the hospital tank set up and everything to put them into, but I mean, unless it's something like that, I really don't worry about uh, issues like that. But I know that with having six angels in that 55, it's going to happen. Plain and simple.
Absolutely. Hey, look at that. We got our first participant in the chat.
Ooh,
How you doing, June? Hey, then Mystic Pets follows in.
how we
Welcome.
doing?
So, we've chatted back and forth for a while now. I was not subscribed to you. Not even gonna lie to you, I was not subscribed to you.
Oh my god, and I'm completely butthurt on that one, Jim.
I'm actually butthurt on it because I'm like, man, this dude's on my live streams all the time. He's in the chat. I'm like, what the hell? Why am I not subscribed to him? So I subscribed to him, and then I watched the shorts you put up about building your fish room.
Yeah,
I was like, nice.
Yeah,
it was a decent short. I liked it. It was a very, I liked the fact that you and the wife were out there. She was helping you paint.
Yep.
It was awesome. Welcome, DJ Guppy Fish, and he's already swearing at us.
Oh my god, we need to boot him out. We really do.
You can't call me a gentleman. There ain't nothing gentleman about me. Slim Tim is fired up as always.
Oh my gosh, it's he finally freaking showed his face here.
But man, a lot of the things that we do in this hobby, people they frown upon. Like you said, you have pea puffers in a tank with the rest of those fish. And pea puffers they're little dudes. They don't get very big. So a lot of the time you have people that are like, oh, you can't put this with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put it like this. I am trying something that I have not tried before.
Yep.
I think I talked to you about it backstage. A lot of people know I have them, but I don't really show them.
Yeah.
I moved my Walru and put them in with my natural blue Acara. So we're going to see what happens. Welcome, Branton. I was in the tub soaking in Epsom salts. And as small as you are, you could float in like a little toad. He was tiny, brother. But I'm always an advocate for doing things your way. You never know if something's going to work unless you try.
Yeah. Now, I tried. I actually pulled a couple of pea puffers that I had out of that community tank, and I decided that I was going to try a 20-gallon heavily planted species only tank. I had more issues with those pea puffers than I did in the community tank. Just territorial, going back and forth, with each other and everything, than I did with them in the community tank, where they did their thing. And it was actually kind of cool with the four of them that I have in there. Every once in a while, you see them puff up just that little bit, that they do. And it's actually kind of comical because they'll do it towards the other fish, not to each other.
Yeah. Well, I do have another revelation that I made today, too.
Yeah.
So, stuck my hand down in the Midas cichlid tank. Yeah, that fish doesn't like me. That fish wants to bite me.
That Bob's been starting to do the same damn thing to me.
I'm like, why do you want to bite me, bro? Why are you going to bite the hand that feeds you?
Yep.
Now he's staring at me. Fish secretly wants to kill me. Yeah, he's going to catch me in my sleep and he's going to eat me.
He'll be walking up the stairs.
Yeah. So collectively, how many tanks do you got up and running?
Up and running, I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27 out here in the garage. I have room for another 320 longs. I've got my 300-gallon out here from my koi. Uh, I've got two in the living room, one in the dining room, and our 6-year-old's tank. The 6-year-old's tank is nothing but glowfish. It's ones that she, had to have, type of deal, which I really don't care. She likes them. She enjoys them. So,
Oh, wow, hold on. I just read something that's real weird. She's down to 14 tanks, but I guarantee you the gallon size is more than
yeah.
all of ours put together.
Well, I have 275s, 255s.
Welcome, Gord.
Five 520 talls, 620 20 longs, two fives, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10 gallons, a bunch of 40s, 6, 9 40s. So
She got rid of 10-gallon tanks. Well, I got 10-gallon tanks. I got 620 talls on a stand. I got to move some things around. Things got to happen. I wish I only had 7 set up. God, it'd make my life so much easier.
yeah. Well,
I have
a number of the tanks that I have, they're up and running, and quite honestly, I could use them as a hospital tank, if I needed to. I've probably got what, 4. I've got about 6 tanks. Has nothing in them. It has plants in them, maybe some snails.
whoa,
What the hell was that?
whoa. But at one point in time, man, I was wondering, did this really get out of hand? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Did I really go a little too far?
yeah.
So, how much further is it going to be for you to be completely out of control?
Quite honestly, I set myself up in this, with this room, and the only thing that I am going to add to this room is a 125-gallon that I plan on putting my puffer in. It's the wall that I had told you before, I haven't built yet. It's going to be on that wall. And then I'm probably going to do either 25 or not 25, excuse me, a 75 or a 55 above that, just for extra space. So like my Amica Splendas, I can just
Okay.
let them do their thing for a while before they start really filling that tank up.
I am going to start getting some fish that are different than what I normally keep. A couple people have heard me saying I'm going to start an LLC to where I can start selling fish.
Yeah,
So, I've got fish that are breeding, but who's going to buy 100 little Severums?
yeah,
That's something I'm gonna have to sell to a fish store. Yeah, some guys in here may want them, or gals and girls may want to buy some from me. That's
yeah,
fine. However, it's only gonna be the lower 48. I ain't shipping anywhere else.
yeah,
Hawaii, not happening. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Somewhere to where I know it's gonna get there, and it's gonna get there quick. I got to work with somebody on shipping and things of that nature. So I got a lot on my end that I would have to do,
yeah.
before I would do that. So that's coming. I got a hole in my fucking shirt. Excuse my French. I like this shirt. But Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, selling fish. So I went to my local fish store today, and the guy's got a lot of things
Yeah.
that I don't have. But he's also got a lot of things that I'm like, those are common. You know what I mean? Everybody and their mother's got African cichlids of, like the yellow labdochromis, your typical OB zebras, things like that. People got all of that. I mean, that's not a problem. I've got a couple here that nobody have. They do have, but now they don't get them a lot, which is a Kenyi cichlid.
Okay.
I got a couple breeding pairs of those. I have white labdochromis, which not a lot of people have. Those are like the yellow labs, but obviously white.
Yeah.
I have ruby green cichlids that nobody has seen. I've got yellow banded acara that nobody's seen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to keep some stuff for yourself.
Well,
Like literally, there's one video that has my lemon Oscars on it.
Yeah.
One, and that's just the unboxing video. You guys might not see them again.
You
will, but they might not.
Hey, which I'm fine with. So,
what's the one fish you've bought that you struggled the most to keep? That's a good question. I can answer that, but you can't.
Yeah. For me, which I don't keep them anymore, was actually the bumblebee goby, and that I haven't had them probably in 8 to 10 years. But they were the true brackish bumblebee goby, and I struggled like you wouldn't believe. Um, that's just the only one that I've really struggled with. Um, I've never tried salt water. It's coming down, at some point. Um, the 75-gallon that I have in the living room of the house. The wife and I have actually talked about it. When the cichlids that we have in there, which right now, we've slowly lost all of them, but 6 of the blue parrots, or blue polar parrots.
Polar blues, yeah.
Yep. And we've got 6 of them in there. They breed, but the others, eat the offspring, or eat the fry, which I really don't care. I had a pair of them and a 20 long out here, and they bred like rabbits. And I just got to the point where, you know what, I can't give them away. I don't, so I put that, the ones that I still had in that 75, and I just said, you know what, let them go. I've got one bumblebee cichlid, and that's it. That's except for the polar blues. That's the only thing I have in that 75. And then once they're gone, we want to just change that over to a cichlid. Which, as I was talking to you earlier, I need to build a new stand for that one. It's that one of those particle board, deals.
Yeah.
And I think it's gotten to the point where it's gotten wet a few too many times, and you walk across the floor and that whole thing's wobbled.
Yeah, that's no bueno right there. You definitely don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
For me, one of the hardest fish for me to keep is one that everybody else can probably keep and never have a problem with. I can't keep angelfish.
Yeah.
They don't. June says her bumblebee Oscar's her favorite Oscar.
Yeah.
That big bastard's my favorite Oscar.
Oh. Yeah.
Dude's a monster.
Yeah. I mean, he's in a really small tank, Jim. I don't know why you keep him in such a small tank. I really don't.
I mean, that 40 breeder is small, isn't it? I'm a tiny dude, man. So I make this tank look small.
You do.
I had a guy tell me that I need to upgrade their tank to at least a 150. I mean, with all those fish right there, I mean, it's got to be a complete 150.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't think I even write in the comment section, said, my guy, I really don't want to downsize my tank.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a 240. Why would I want to go to a 150? Why would I want to lose 90 gallons of water? Go ahead, I'll wait.
Oh, good gosh.
So where do you see your hobby going in the next 5 years?
Honestly, for me, I'm not sure. Um, I just want to keep enjoying doing what I'm doing. Quite honestly, I've got some guppies I need to get rid of. I've got you know couple color variations of swordtails I need to get rid of. Um, it's not that I don't enjoy them. It's more of I don't I enjoy them, but I don't really care to come out here and have to deal with the tank. I would much rather have that tank open for something else that I want to do. Um, One of the things that I'm really wanting to push to start doing out here, and I'm limiting myself to just this area. That's it. Um, because of other family, the whole 9 yards, and I can easily manage this number of tanks with myself. I'm trying to get more into the Goodeids, more of the rare live bearers, type deal. It's my thing. I enjoy the hell out of it. I I like having my angels. I like having the cichlids that I do. Um, but as far in I also want to do a saltwater tank at some point. Whether or not I actually am able to get that done in the next 5 years, I don't know. It all depends on uh, money situation, time, all that kind of stuff. Quite frankly,
Understandable.
so
So I said it before. I'm going to revamp this fish room. I'm not really going to get into detail about what it is, but there are 3, possibly 4 larger tanks coming. Not like this, but
yeah,
bigger tanks. Going to condense, consolidate, stack. I'm gonna make room.
yeah,
I want to. This is basically this side of the fish room. Like this room right here is going to be the things that I'm keeping.
yeah,
Everything on the other side is going to be bow chicka bow wow.
yeah,
It's going to be breeding season. So
yeah,
everything over here, if they happen to breed here, that's fine. I have grow out tanks,
yeah,
but I'm really going to focus on. I've got 2 breeding pair of discus.
yeah,
I'm going to focus on getting those to breed, which shouldn't be hard. Um, I believe I have a pair of Walroo, which is it's wild. If I can get those to breed, it's game on. If I get my natural blues to start breeding, that's fine. I already got a breeding pair of convicts.
yeah,
I can't get rid of those. So they're stuck here. They're either going to end up fish food or I'm going to end up turning them loose in the pond in the back.
yeah,
We'll just see if they can make it. The pond's about 7 foot deep in the middle. They'll probably make it in the winter if they go down deep enough.
yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But
So real quick segue, Tim. No, I just unloaded a
no,
crap load of duckweed into my 300-gallon.
he does not need any duckweed. I repeat, he does not need duckweed. So here's the thing. I have generations of my electric blue Acara.
Yeah,
Um, I have the parents in my South America 125. I have the offspring in another tank growing out.
yeah,
Oh man, that meatloaf is killing me. The goal is when they get about that big, I'm gonna put them in with my natural blue Acara.
okay,
So you're gonna have electric blue, natural blue, and my Walroo is gonna be in there, unfortunately. Maybe not. It might not be the permanent home for the Walroo. If something happens to one of these 75s and one of them open, I'll probably put the Walroo in there. There's 5 of them, 5 Walroo and a 75 that's over filtered. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
I know everybody, oh, they got to do this, they got to do that. No, I got them past the stage of where they're going to die.
yeah,
They're going to die. They're going to die in the first 6 months and they're 8 months old. So they're past that. They're healthy. They're happy. I've never had an issue with them. I lost 3 of them in the beginning and that's it. These
Yeah.
5 are just kicking like it's their job. But I want to get into like breeding some geophaguses.
okay,
some of the rarer stuff that nobody has. Like I have Juraparis back here that I would love for them to breed, but they're all male, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
And I'm not going to go out and buy more of them because these dudes are huge already. These dudes are like 7 inches long. It's not
Yeah.
happening. Figures Berto would call me back when he knows I'm on a live stream.
Of course.
It's Sunday at 6 o'clock, dude. I'm always live at Sunday on 6, unless I'm out of town. And even when I'm not, sometimes I come home and get live anyway. But so, how long have you actually? When did you start in the hobby? What was like your first fish and tank?
It would have been. It actually was a family tank. It was one that my parents and I set up in the dining room of our house when I lived out in New York. It was a 10-gallon. We had uh, we had kissing grommies in that thing, and had some swordtails. Some they were the old. We're talking early '90s. They were the red with the black tail, swordtails.
Okay.
Um, in from what I remember, they were in every single pet store in under the sun. At that point in time, that color. Um, but that's I remember we had a few other fish in there, that type of thing. And it was your at that point in time, it was your typical under gravel filter, that type of thing, and you know uh, just simple, very simple setup. Um, and then of course kind of went through some phases growing up, but I always had some type of fish tank. Um, about oh I started driving truck in 2005.
Okay.
And I've had my CDL since I was 18 years old. Uh, and then 2005 till, oh gosh, about 2008, I didn't have anything. It was just, I was working. I was over the road. Didn't have time for anything. Just, it was work and that was it. About 2008, that's when I actually met my first wife. Uh, we, no, yeah, it was early 2008. Met my first wife, and you know, we we moved in together. I was still over the road. Um, Moved out here to North Dakota, and I absolutely loved it out here. Uh, and then it was a few months after that. We ended up getting another fish tank. Uh, just had guppies, nano fish. You know, as far as I can remember at that point. Um, and then 2000, my daughter was born 2009. 2012, we moved back to New York because of my dad's health. And then uh, it was that same year, 6 months after we had moved, I had just found a job, uh, local job that I was able to take on. And it was approximately a week after that, walked through the door and found her unconscious uh, in a recliner. She had a massive heart attack. Um, and then fast forward a whole bunch of BS, the whole 9 yards. Really didn't you know, have any, tanks from about 2013 till about 4 years ago, um, or 3 years ago rather, when I moved back out here. Uh, Started with a couple of small beta tanks, and now wife uh, made the comment that she wanted to breed some betas, so we did that. Had a nice little setup and the whole 9 yards, raised the fry, all that crap, and it just kind of blossomed to what I have now behind me. So, and it just she absolutely loves coming out and seeing the fry, the whole 9 yards. But as far she'll come out and feed, but maintenance on the tanks, that's my job.
Yeah. Only Oscar says, "Don't you want every color your fish comes in?"
I wouldn't mind that, but at the same
Sure.
token, it gets, you know, when it's the same variance or the same species of fish, and you've had it for a while, you know, I can't see keeping them all the time. Every
What it?
single color.
Yeah, I don't have enough space for every single color of some of the fish that I have.
Yeah.
Like Oscars, I'd run out of room. A Cara, I think I might actually be able to get. You got the electric blue, the natural blue, yellow banded Acara, black Acara, and there's the smiling Acara.
Yeah.
And then you got the threadfin Acara, which really isn't an Acara. It's a Geophagus. It's an earth
Okay.
eater. But they just call them threadfin Acara.
Gotcha.
It's actually Hecali.
Okay.
I have those as well. They're behind me. They're huge. They're pretty.
Yeah.
And they're ugly until they get large. And then they get like this iridescent coloring down their side, and they have these real long, like red streamers off their tail. I mean, because they're beautiful.
Yeah.
When they're full grown. I recommend it anybody if you got a tank, something like this, even at like a 125, you could get away with putting like a few threadfin Acara and grow them out. You won't be sorry.
Yeah.
What did you inherit, Mystic Pets? Sean, Red Laser's about halfway through your interview with Patty today. I watched the majority of it. Welcome, Big Steve's Glass Boxes. It's become her thing. Only the Florida Oscar is missing. Well, I'm sure somebody can make that happen. There's a couple people that live in Florida.
Yeah.
What is the one fish that you've always wanted to get and you haven't had yet?
Ooh.
Your holy grail fish, baby.
my holy grail. Oh gosh, dang it. Well, for quite a while, it was actually the Fahaka puffer. I have one now. That was, it just, I think they're an absolutely gorgeous fish. I wouldn't mind a Mabu puffer, but I don't have, you know, you know, my personal thing, I wouldn't have a tank big enough for them.
No.
I think right now, I can't remember the actual name, but they're a goodie of the tequila is what they are. They're a goodie, and I'd love to get my hands on some, but right now well, quite frankly, finances don't allow me to get any. So
she got some live rock. She got a clown and about 15 hermit crabs. Congratulations. I actually have my holy grail fish in the fish room. Because June says, well, ask what's mine.
yeah.
Mine is the Walrus epicanthoid. They're in the fish room. I got my holy grail fish. This is my second go around with them. And then the next one down, I also have, which are discus.
Yeah.
So I have both of them. Will I go for anything different? Probably. There's going to be something I'm going to want. I'm not. All right. This is not intended to hurt anybody's feelings. So please, nobody get butthurt or upset about it.
Oh, I'm going to get butthurt no matter what, Jim. You know that.
I don't like arowana. I don't. They're beautiful to look at. I don't want one.
And that's the same with me. I think they're absolutely a gorgeous fish. Whether it's the silver whether the silver arowana, the Asian arowana, they're a gorgeous fish. They really are. For me, I'll never have one.
Sean's Giardini is a beautiful fish. I mean, I seen it yesterday when I was at Noisy's house. Beautiful fish. It's not for me.
Yeah. It's one of those that they're a great fish for somebody else.
For somebody else. Arowanas are huge bettas. Yeah, that like to jump out of your tank. I'm okay with that.
Speaking of jumping out of tanks, I got to get a lid for Bob's tank.
Oh,
He's
really,
been
Bob?
he's
Trying
been
to get out?
jumping. Yep.
So
So
I think the next one that I think that everybody has that I'm not a fan of, I really don't like mud skippers. I really don't. They're like creepy ass salamanders. They're just
yeah.
not for me. I mean, if somebody was getting rid of them and they needed somebody to take them, I would take them.
Yeah.
But to me go buy them, no. You know, I have a soft spot in my heart for guppies. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a soft spot for guppies. I have probably 100 of them.
Yeah.
You know, I got the fish I wanted to, what got me into the hobby, which is the Oscars and the electric blue Acara. I have parrotfish. My wife loves them. I don't really care for them. You know, I've got 3 of them. Not a fan.
Yeah.
They're not fertile. But I got a fish not that long ago that I never intended to keep, never wanted,
Yeah.
didn't like it. But I got him and I was like, I actually like this dude. I had a flower horn.
Okay.
I don't like flower horns. This dude was cool as shit. I got him.
Yeah.
He was beat up. He was beat up, man. His head was tore up. His fins were tore up. I mean, he was in terrible shape. I got him. I nursed him back. I got him all back to being perfect, man. And then he just died. I tested the water. It wasn't the water. Like I fed him the night before I went to bed. I gave him the same thing that I gave everybody else, which is pellets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once a week I would give him bloodworms, but he got pellets. Same pellets I fed him. I fed somebody else, and done. Next morning I'm looking for him because I was going to feed him.
Yeah.
Gone, laying on the bottom of the tank.
Huh.
I was like, shit. So it is what it is.
Yeah. On that trip to New York, the shop that I got my discus at, you got a chance to see in that lovely 5-gallon bucket in the back of my truck.
Yeah.
They had a flower horn there, absolutely gorgeous, and I was toying with the idea of bringing him home, and it just it was one of those I slept on it for the weekend before I left, and I just thought, you know what, I really don't want to spend that kind of money, and have something happen in transport. I mean,
It's a lot of money.
Oh yeah. So, and I mean, I spent a good chunk of money on those 2 discus that I brought back, and then what was it, 2.5, 3 months later, had the issue with that tank, and it was just one of them.
That was him. Yeah, I think it was a short body flower horn too.
Okay.
But yeah, he was all goofed up when I got him, man. I mean, he was terrorized.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't fight back.
That's odd.
Yeah, not at all. Wouldn't fight back. He just sat there and let him beat him up. So, her Oscars killed flower horns. Well, and then we got Mystic Pets, whose little jewel cichlid killed her Oscar.
Oh, what the heck?
Tie soak flower horn. Yeah, would be nice. But yeah, I may get another flower horn in the future. I may not. I don't know. It just depends. You know, I got shit right now. That Oscar over there is the oldest one I have. She is pushing 2.5 years old. Been by herself since she was 6 months old.
Okay.
So I mean, she grumpy as get out.
Yeah.
It's the one that every time I touch her tank, she goes and lays at the bottom like somebody's just murdered her.
Okay.
Dude,
she's a oh gosh,
drama queen.
Drama queen. Yes.
She a drama queen, man. I was like, I remember the first time I cleaned her tank when I put her in the new tank, and she went to the bottom when I was filling the tank up. I didn't pay attention as I was cleaning it, but when I was filling it up, she was laying on the bottom. I was like, did I just kill my fish?
Yeah.
Like me thinking I killed the fish, I reached down and I grabbed her and she swam off. I'm like, okay, we're good. She a grumpy little Lutino Oscar. Jose is 7.
What about hose B?
I was worried about hose C.
You got to worry about all three of them.
What up, Swiffle? I don't think she is. I know she might be on Instagram, but I don't know about the she's not on Jesse's Discord. So one thing I will say, there was some news that was brought to light last week that came out yesterday on others' live streams.
Yeah.
I would prefer that never to be talked about on my channel. It's something I do not want to support and or hear about.
Yeah.
We've done all of the proper things to remove the individual. I won't, mention the offense or the crime, but it is what it is, and they will not be here.
Yep.
This is a positive channel. Until I decide to get negative.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to keep it a certain way.
Yeah.
So, we can.
Is that the individual you and I, were talking about the other day in messages?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, if you could remove a fish from the hobby, what would it be?
I've never actually thought about that. And the only reason I say that is because I don't keep, quote unquote monster fish, the bigger species. My personal thought is to each their own. If you have the means and the whereabouts to keep them, do it. I mean, there's people that, my personal opinion, there's people that keep, animals that I truly don't agree with. Snakes and iguanas are one of them.
I'm not a big snake person.
You want that as a pet, so be it. But you do you.
You do you, boo boo.
Exactly. But as far as I understand, the reasoning behind a lot of people saying, different species not keeping them in the hobby. Quite frankly, it's because of not enough knowledge, or you don't have the have the room in a tank to actually keep them sufficiently. Size of the tank, that type of thing. Which, if you have deep pockets, have at it. Quite frankly. But at the same token, with any of my, any pets, any animals that I've bred over the years, I have always said, quite frankly, that even dogs that I've bred over the years, I've always said that you can't take care of them, I'll take them back. And if you if you have to, I can't say if you have to find a new home for them because they outgrow your tank, I mean, so be it. But don't keep, brain fart.
Don't keep doing the same thing over and over.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ow, 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 ow. Like touching fire. Ow, ow, ow. Don't do that.
Yeah.
There's one fish that honestly comes to mind to me right off the rip, and I've said it a million times. I've said it a long time ago.
Yeah.
There's no room in this hobby for an arowana. Or not an arowana, an arapaima.
And I agree.
That's a 6 to 8 foot long, 250, 300 pound fish.
Yeah. Unless you have a massive pond out back of your house that you're going to throw them into.
And it would have to be a massive pond.
Well, and I agree. I agree completely. If you want to do that, have at it. But why are we keeping them in a small glass box?
That's like Ohio Fish Rescue. This is not a knock against them. They got that big ass swimming pool, but they have 2 large arapaima in there.
Yeah,
they're beautiful. That is my favorite fish on the planet is the arapaima.
Yeah,
I don't want one.
Yeah. To me, there are species of fish that I'd rather see them in the wild.
I definitely don't want to see the common pleco in the wild too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've done taking over waterways in Florida, some in Texas.
Yep.
I mean, people buying fish and turning them loose. Same thing happens here. This was a couple years ago. I went to a local river where I used to fish at all the time. Mm-hmm. And I kept seeing this bright orange fish swimming out in the middle of the river.
Yeah.
About that long, swimming around. And then I seen a bunch of them. Somebody turned a bunch of goldfish loose.
Oh, good gosh.
Yeah. Goldfish are cool in the hobby, but they're an invasive species in the wild here.
Yeah.
They're not meant to be here.
No. I mean,
can they survive? Sure.
Granted, they're a carp. Plain and simple, they're a carp.
Yeah.
But here they like you said, they're an invasive species.
Yes.
That's
because somebody turned them loose, Mystic Pets. That's why you have them in the lakes there. They're not a natural fish to your environment. I've got one fish that I'm not going to be able to keep long term.
Yeah.
I got one.
But you also know it.
I know it. I've got a bigger tank for him, and when he gets to the bigger tank and he outgrows that one, it's time to move on. I've already got the home lined up for him.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. So this fish got destroyed. I bought an entire tank of fish from my local fish store.
Yeah.
And I didn't bag them because if not, I would have told him I didn't want those 2 fish. I got 2 jaguars when I was unbagging these fish that I got. I'm like, fine. So I put them in a 50-gallon tank so I could figure out what I could do with them. You know what I mean? I was talking to some people. I come down here, dude, and I seen basically flesh and scales all in this tank. I'm like, what happened? And I look and I see the one jaguar in the corner underneath of the sponge filter. Like, this fish shouldn't fit underneath the sponge filter. It put itself under the sponge filter. And I looked and the fish is missing its entire back.
Ooh.
I'm like, man, this fish ain't going to make it through the night. So I got it out and put it in another tank that I had set up. The tank wasn't even cycled, dude. It was literally, I set it up the day before.
Yeah.
I took that fish, I chucked it in that tank. I put in some water conditioner to make sure there wasn't anything there.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? If you make it through the night, I'll keep you. Well, here we are. It made it through the night. I took the other one back to the fish store, my local fish store. I said, hey, dude, I don't want this. He's like, yeah, I don't know why you got that. He's like, those weren't supposed to go with him. I'm like, well, I got another one at home. Its whole back's tore up, so I'm like, it might not make it. He's like, all right. So, got him in there. It's healed up. Fish is beautiful, dude. You can't even tell it was messed up. So now I'm stuck with a jaguar. I've got bluegill. I never realized how personal. Yeah, they are personal. What's up, J-Rock? You know what? I have to say that every time I walk by the lemon Oscars, for example, I know they're hungry, but every time they see me, they're at the glass. Their name is Wing. It's Wing, Wang, and Bob. I'm pretty sure they're a pair.
That would be horrible for you if they are, buddy. Horrible.
So bad. So bad.
I know it's something that you don't want at all. I apologize from the bottom of my heart that I caused that for you.
I could get 300 of them. I'll send you a couple.
Honestly, I'd take them. Uh,
I'd like to put them in a pond, like a 300-gallon pond. I've been trying to talk my wife into let me take the garage
you
and
know,
make another fish room in it. Just extend the fish room.
you know.
She's like, you got to build the garage bigger. I'm like, no.
Uh,
I'm sure bears are personable, but I don't like them. Bears are cute. So they get big.
uh,
I had to replace all the wood. Jesus, you had to reseal your basement windows. That's sad, man. I'm sorry. That's fun. At least they're not glass block, and then you got to take them all out and redo the whole thing. Mine are glass blocks, so when that happens, yay. That happens, I'm just going to brick the damn hole up.
yeah.
I know a guy that can do that. I know a mason pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hold his Johnson every time he takes a pee.
I have a comment for that, but I won't make it here.
Whew, done for tonight. I made a lot more room. I have more working space in my laptop. Nice. Winter's coming in a few days here, so I understand that, my friend. Man,
Ah,
I woke up this morning, it was 37 degrees. I'm like, shit, it's cold.
we got our first snowfall on Friday.
Oh, how much do you get?
We just got a dusting. It was melted by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, uh, but at least this year it actually waited until November.
I want to cut my basement windows larger. Need an engineer or something. Oh, you absolutely do. Plants are dead outside. Man, mine are getting there. Yeah, that was my original profession.
Yeah.
I'm a mason by trade, but I am a master automotive mechanic.
I basically am a jack of all trades. My father, you know, he ran a handyman business for years, just for extra income during the wintertime, especially. His main job during the summertime was heavy highway construction and, bridges, blacktop, that type of shit.
Yeah,
And during the wintertime, he would take on, the jobs that nobody else wanted. I mean, he'd get calls from, elderly ladies that, their switch, or, a light isn't working. Go in there and just all that had to be done was just replace the switch
yeah,
or replace the the light fixture, or, it was a minor little thing. And, the, these other handymen, oh, that, that's, below me, it's beneath me, that type of thing. Dad made a killing on that. Just small little jobs here and there.
yeah.
And,
I get it.
I mean, that's where I honestly learned, 99% of the stuff I know how to do. If I don't know how to do it, I know somebody that does and they can walk me through it and I can get it done.
That's an old house, man.
Yeah. The house I grew up in was built, the one out in New York, it was built in 1850. It was either 49 or 51. And I don't remember that. I don't remember what year it was. But kind of a funny side story with that. If you were to go buy the house right now, uh, let's see, I'm 43. About 30 plus years ago, uh, my father put in a brand new set of concrete steps, and the steps are like this today. But about a week after Dad put them in, I decided to take a hammer to the corners of them and round them off. Got my rear end blistered for it. the steps still have those rounded corners.
Oh, we were 65 degrees today here in Ohio. Tommy says, God dang, it feels good to sit down.
What the heck are you sitting down for? My gosh. Oh,
Sitting down's overrated. I'm holding this
it
chair
is.
down. I'm about to cry. It feels so good to sit. Oh, don't cry.
It's okay.
It's okay, Tommy. We love you. Yeah, I started out as a laborer. I was a laborer for 2 bricklayers, dude.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, that dude didn't show up, and I was like, "Hey, go get at that." Well,
Yep.
next thing, no, when it was all said and done, man, I'm 500 and it was like 519 or 520 brick a day I could lay.
Oh,
So yeah, man, everybody talking about how hard they work today. It's Sunday.
I didn't do jack crap today. I did some water changes. I did, I got that 75 figured out where it's not going to wobble as much as it was. And now, after I got that done, I'm good for the rest of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I said this at the beginning. Here in a few minutes, we are going to try something that I have not done yet. If you have questions, I am going to post a link. You'll come up and ask your question, and then I will remove you and we'll go on to the next person. I want to try this and see how this works. If this is something you want to do, by all means, come on up. If not, that's it. Remember, you're asking a question. You're not going to be on the panel for the entire duration of the actual live stream. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that. I'm not trying to be rude, not trying to be mean, but the name of the stream is Sunday with Flatbed, not Sunday with everyone else. You get a question, maybe 2, and then on to the next. Does that sound rude?
No, not to me at least.
I know some people can misconstrue information. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not. I come off harsh sometimes. I'm kind of an ass.
Oh, I know I am.
So the link will be in the comment section for a question only. That's it. If you have a question, here we go. There's the link. You can come ask Flatbed a question. In the meantime, we're going to keep talking.
All right, so I will answer, a couple of questions before anybody gets on. No, I'm not gay. All right, that just I got it. Except for sir, you, Jim, Tim and Tom, or Tommy. Okay, but
Yeah.
you 3 guys. Okay, I'll take one for the team.
I mean,
I know we're all 4 of us are gonna argue on who's gonna be the big spoon. So
hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
there you go.
But yeah, I want to try this. I want to see how this works. I think it's actually a good thing where you can get, some interaction with your actual chat.
Yeah.
Other than, there's always exceptions.
And also, Red Laser, you have to remember, all right, it's not gay if you keep your socks on. Okay?
I wasn't gay if you didn't make eye contact. I'm not gay. My boyfriend is. And I don't have nothing against gay people. I love everyone.
I don't either. I
love everyone equally. I hate everyone equally. Oh, shit. Here we got our first one. Hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Tim, once again, remember, one question and then you're gone, sir. I love you, but that's it.
Any tips you can give on a fish room, like filtration wise and lighting? I'm out. She's fussing.
For me, quite honestly, it was, I bought Aquarium Co-op sponge filters, and I've got it's air sponge filters. That's all I have in this fish room. Lighting, Every single one of the lights that I have are the $21 grow lights from Harbor Freight. I know a lot of people, oh my gosh, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's a freaking grow light. Don't care. It was cheap. It lights up the room, grows the plants, works for me. You know, but as far as filtration, I have heavily planted tanks. The only reason I do the air, honestly, is to make sure that there's enough oxygen in the tank for the fish. And quite honestly, I really could actually you know, go without it in some tanks.
So we could go with the aquarium co-op sponge filter. So I am. Oh, this is a great subject for me. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
So you have them in your room. You have the green one, the large ones, right?
The what?
The large green one, like the green one with the large
Yeah.
filter sponge.
Yep.
Okay. So I have about 52 of those.
Okay.
How long have you had yours?
Ever since I set up this room.
So like what, 3-4 years?
About 2.5 years. Yeah.
Have any of them started to disintegrate or degrade or anything?
I had one before I built the room. Well, where the koi pond sits is where I had my concrete block set up there, and I had one that the filter was actually, you could see where it looked like a hair algae was growing on it almost, but when you reached down and you grabbed it, it was actually like a small filament from the filter itself that was pulling off. That's the only one I've had an issue with. I had the only other issue that I've had with them, again, just like you, is that collar. That air collar.
That air collar.
Yeah. The only one that still is running the air collar is Bob's tank. But I have that filter in there specifically just for cycled media. That's it. He's on a canister filter. Otherwise, I can take that air filter out with no issue. It's just, but that's the only one that's still running a collar. Everything else, I had to take the collar off and put it back to the way it originally was. And that happened within about 6 months of getting the collars. And I did, I bought a couple of them to try them out, and it just, for me, they didn't work at all.
Yeah, I took the last one down today. The upflow tube, I just took it off.
Now I do like the fact that I can, I still use if you want to say the collar is still there, but I took the upflow tube out and just put the air tube down in, so I could have that, change in height on the, on the sponge filter itself, because quite frankly, I like to have, the air almost to the top of the tank before it actually pops out, and, actually get a little bit more flow. And that's, personal preference.
So I've got these wonderful little guys right here. They're on a large $5 sponge filter. It's one of the black ones. It's not the aquarium co-op one. It's one of the fine particle ones.
Yep.
I think it's like 50 micron or some shit like that, or 50 pp. My fry love it. They eat the algae off the top of it. I mean, they do a good job of keeping that tank clean. What's going on, Mark Pyle? I forgot to say that. The sponges from Co-op are, honestly, I like them. I really do.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is that upflow tube. And I took the tube. I left the collar. Well, I got rid of the collar. I popped it down into the top of it. I drilled a hole in the top, dropped the air line through to where you still have the neck.
Yeah.
And, dude, it worked like a charm. Your water still comes up and flows out the top.
Okay. I've still got those tubes. I haven't gotten them, or gotten rid of them, but I might have to try that.
Someone else join and ask a question or two. You know what, man? It's the first time me trying that. I'm trying to see what would happen, see if it's something somebody would like. I like seeing different ways of keeping fish as well. That's why I say it's your hobby, do it your way. So what Flatbed may work for him, but it may not work for me, and vice versa. you know. However, we are kind of on the same thing because every tank I have down here has a sponge filter on it. Like legitimately every tank.
Yeah, the only one that does not have a sponge filter in it at all
My saltwater
is, well, for me, is that 300 gallon.
I got them
The
in my
koi
300
pond.
gallon as well.
Yeah, I've got a couple of canisters running on that, and that's it.
I use the cheapest sponge filters possible, many from Temu. My local fish store gets them. I get them. This sounds really shitty of me. You know, I know the dude's got to make a living.
Yeah.
But I get him at, he sells them to me at what he pays for. You know, I mean, I get them for like $4 or $5 a piece.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to stand up for a second. Butt's starting to get sore.
It happens.
Uh,
I have one tank that I probably could remove the filter from, and that's my Planet tank, but I'm not going to. It's been in there for so long. Why? You know,
yeah.
there's no point. She started getting her sponge. She was getting her sponge filters off Amazon, and recently they started coming with biomedia to put in them. I've never put biomedia in mine.
Yeah.
I literally use my goldfish pond to cycle every one of my filters. I will open a sponge filter, chuck them in there 5 at a time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, why not? It's a healthy tank. I know the fish are healthy. I know where the fish have been. There's been nothing new added to it. So, Tommy, I love you. You got one question, and I'm kicking you off.
Cool. What's up?
Can't hear you. Yeah, there we go. Ask your question.
What? Bye.
Me and you talked about this. It's to
What?
put the comment or put the link in the comment section. Somebody come up and ask a question. Remember that?
What?
You don't remember that conversation me and you had?
What are you talking about right now, dude?
Oh my God! Smoke another one.
Man, no, I'm freaking brain fried from the past couple weeks. I
Okay,
just saw the link
so
up there. I was like, I'm gonna come up and say, well, what's up to Flatbed
well,
real
that's
quick? Screw freaking Jim. Y'all shouldn't follow Jim. What are y'all even doing? What the hell is Happy Place Aquatics? Just follow Flatbed. He's obviously, as we can see by the defeat that has happened, he is the guy that you want to follow.
Defeat. They stink.
no, but
No,
you
I
are reading.
remember. I'm just
Yeah.
messing with you. No, what's up, man?
Not a whole
What's
hell
up?
of a lot.
Yeah, I do actually have a question. If you could be, this is a question I ask a lot of people. Rico asks this one, used to for me on his thing. If you could be any aquatic species, so any type of hobby fish, what would you be?
Oh, good gosh.
I came prepared, see?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know.
If you could pick one, not like what would you be like inherently,
Yeah.
but like
No,
what
no,
would
no.
you choose to be?
She watched Puma Poo Poo today.
Yeah. Thank you. Pull my poo poo.
All right,
I'm
my
going to have to
friend.
give that one some thought. I mean, quite
All right,
honestly,
well, I'll hop
because
down so that way. Cool. Well, I'll hop down while you think about it, so that way the next person can come up and ask a question. But yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely curious. All right, peace, y'all.
I am in Bismarck, North Dakota. Well, actually, Mandan, which is right across the river from Bismarck, but same difference. I'm 5 minutes away from Bismarck.
Oklahoma. That's where I want to go. That way, every time they have a tornado, I can change my address.
There you go. Yeah, well, the nice thing is if if you go and you just buy plastic furniture out for outside, you're out what $20 every time a tornado hits.
if you buy plastic furniture for inside of your house. Think about that.
Exactly. You know, you're out $25 at that point. You know.
Yeah. If a fish kept fish, how many fish would a fish keep? All of his fish. He'd have all of his ducks in a row. If I could be any aquatic species, I'd probably be a piranha. Oh, great white shark. No, hell no. See, that's a good one. Because the great white shark have been being targeted lately by orcas
You know.
just to eat their liver, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. There's. Yeah. I actually went down that rabbit hole. You know, about orcas. You know, for a while.
That's a good rabbit hole.
Oh yeah. And you know, just the different pods that are in the wild, you know, of orcas, and it's freaking amazing. It honestly, they have their own customs, their own, you know, way of doing shit. Quite frankly, and it to me that's amazing as hell.
So I see all these all the tanks you have are heavily planted.
Yes.
What's your favorite plant?
Yes. um, Honestly, I don't have one. Um, I love, you know, when I have my pond set up outside, I love the water lilies. Absolutely love those. Um, the the ones that I have, you know, here in the fish room are more geared for my live bears, you know, with the fry to hide in. It's just it's not one that I really care, you know, whether or not that, you know, it's in the tank. It's more of it gives it cover and it takes the nitrates, you know, down in the tank. You know, less water changes, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I have I think
My favorite ones are these fake ones right here because my fish don't eat them.
yeah.
All right, this is for Mark. Oh, man, I'm going to taste that meatloaf all damn night.
I've been doing the same thing with the chili the wife made for dinner.
My mother-in-law made it, and God bless her heart. I love the woman, but Jesus Christ, her meatloaf is terrible. My wife makes the best meatloaf on the freaking planet, man. My mother-in-law's meatloaf, I swear I'm going to taste this shit tomorrow morning.
The last meatloaf that I did was I made it, and it was a Jack Daniels. Best way I can put it, Jack Daniels meatloaf. A couple shots of Jack Daniels with 2 pounds of burger, and you know, it had a you know, big hunk of cheese in the center of it. Put it on the smoker for about 4.5, 5 hours to cook, and
See, now that would probably be good.
yeah. And then everything was almost done, wrapped it in bacon, and smoked it for another hour. And sir, it just
You can wrap
I,
dog
I
shit in bacon, it's good.
what's that?
So you can wrap dog shit in bacon, it's good.
Yeah.
Bacon and ranch dressing can fix just about anything, except for
Yes,
my
it can.
mother-in-law's meat. Except for my mother-in-law's meatloaf. God damn, I'll taste this shit all night, dude. Oh man.
So, but oh, good gosh. So,
Oh my god. Somebody just asked me if I've ever had my asshole licked by an alien. I have not. Sounds like a good time. Don't tease me.
yeah. Don't tease me with a good time, damn it.
Won an auction for plants from Luke Wang. All arrived. They're very pretty plants. Absolutely nice. Congratulations. hopefully I can get free. I need to get soon, maybe next weekend. I'm waiting to see if I have training classes to teach that weekend. Yeah, Mark, me and you need to get together so I can get you on here as well. I have more questions for you than I have for myself. I'm trying to do something a little different.
Yeah.
I've been doing these interviews now for about what, a year, maybe a year. I don't know. It's been a minute since we're gonna say February.
Yeah.
So February will be like a year. And I just want to continue it. I want to get to know my fellow hobbyists.
Oh yeah. I mean, the way you're doing it, quite honestly, to me, is a hell of a lot better than a lot of these bigger channels. It's more personal. You know, and I just with the bigger channels, I really don't care to watch their lives. I don't, I, their content, anymore. I'm not going to name names, but you know, it's been too commercialized. It's basically,
Yeah.
well, I sell this product. You gotta, you know, support me on that, and the whole freaking 9 yards. When, quite frankly, I can go and buy it at my. I would much rather put my money at the local fish store and pay a little extra than buy stuff online anymore. That's quite honestly the way I feel. Um, the only thing that I have bought thus far with this fish room, and that was because it was a hell of a lot cheaper. And when I talked to the local fish store, she told me I can't even compete with it. Is the tanks themselves. Um, the everything else except for the sponge filters have been bought, you know, at the local fish store, gravel included. Um, and it's worked out. Um, the and the one thing that she does promote is local hobbyists that, gosh dang it, sorry,
Uh huh.
yeah, that chili's kicking back. um the one thing that she does promote is a local hobbyist that they that breed fish. There's certain species she won't bring in, um just due to the fact that nobody wants them at all. um those blue parrots, it was a breeding pair that she had, couldn't
Yeah.
sell them. And I decided, what, I'm after a month and a half of sitting there in the same tank, I decided, what, I'm going to take them home. And she had a tank right next to them of their fry that were 4 or 5 months old. That tank
Uh huh.
sat there. The people that had them, just brought everything in at once and said, I need to get rid of them. And that tank of fry sat there for almost 5.5 months before she finally sold the last one.
Wild. I do like to support my local fish store. I do, and I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest with you. Sometimes the way he does things, and he sells me things cheap. Like I bought an FX6. What does
yeah.
an FX6 cost?
I honestly have never bought one.
They're like three and some change.
Okay,
I got it for his price, which was like $249.
not bad.
I've got three of them. Anything I want in that store. I mean, as bad as it sounds, I could go up there and say, "Hey, let me grab this. I'll pay you for it. Go
Yeah,
ahead." You know, $350. I got mine for $249. It went up actually since I bought them last time. I inquired about another one. I was gonna put one on Noisy's tank. I did a water change on this tank today. His tank was beautiful. It was crystal clear. Cloudy again. The dude just throws sand around everywhere. I'm gonna have to take the sand out of that tank.
jeez.
I might get an FX2. I thought about that. I mean, this dude is, well, kind of half-ass see through the tank. His other tank was crystal clear, but his other tank had rocks in it, not this. It had like the
Yeah.
small river stones.
Yep.
Maybe I might have to take the 5-gallon bucket of them. I haven't put them in that tank. Take his sand out and put all those in there. So, I mean, this dude has destroyed this tank.
Yeah. The only tank. Well, I've got 2 tanks that have sand in the in the base. That's at 75 in the house, and my Cory tank, my Panda Cory tank, and otherwise everything's got the gravel.
So, I've had a lot of questions about why I put gravel in my fry tank. Think about it. We got this little itty bitty fish about this big.
Yeah.
It can get down there and that clown puke can hide.
Yeah.
So it feels safe, it feels secure. You know,
Mhm.
nothing can get it. It feels like, awesome. That's why I do it. I don't like gravel whatsoever. I don't.
Yeah.
Not even in my clown puke tank, my purple one. I don't like it. But at the time when I was setting that tank up, but that was all I could afford. And that
Yeah.
shit was. I got all of that purple gravel in there for like $4. I'm like, you know what? I'll run with it, and I'm still running. It's still doing good. It's been in there for 4 years. So.
Yeah. Yeah. All of mine are. It's that natural gravel in my tank.
Yeah.
Natural color, I should say, and all of them. Every tank. To me, it looks good. I don't. The only, and quite honestly, the only glass that I even clean, if there's any algae on it, is the front glass. The rest of it, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to be able to look in the tank and say, "Yep, fish are doing good."
The majority of my tanks are actually. Let's see. That one's not. That is play sand. That one's play sand. That entire 10-foot rack is play sand. Majority of my tanks are play sand.
Yeah.
Play sand works. You just gotta wash the shit out of it. Da, 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 da.
I swear to God, it's got to be you. Your voice must freaking be like Barry White to my angelfish.
Why they like me?
Uh, they're breeding again.
They getting it on.
Uh-huh.
Let's get it on.
I haven't had a viable spawn from them in almost a year, and it just they lay the eggs. I pull the eggs. I put them into smaller tank. I put the I've tried putting the oh gosh,
Methylene blue.
yeah, the methylene blue into the tank, and the eggs still turn white, and there you go. I've tried nothing at all in the tank. They turn white. So
How do you come up with your channel name?
how did I come up with my channel name? My career as a truck driver, I was a flatbedder. I hauled anything from bobcat skid steers to drilling pipe. I did a bunch. I've done oversized anything that is a flatbed trailer, quite frankly. And the my email address is it has been flatbed. Well, this quote unquote channel name got changed a little bit ago to Flatbed Aquatics because everybody that looked at my name of Flatbed and Cowboy were trying to figure out how to pronounce the name. So
Cowboy.
Yeah, Flatbed and Cowboy, and I changed it to Flatbed Aquatics. That way, it was a whole lot easier, for 90% of the people. I mean, so
Sounds like your male is not fertilizing the eggs. Try swapping males.
That could be. They had the last viable spawn. I've got 4 of them, in the house at the moment. So, quite honestly, I'd have to see if I have one in there. But they're not big enough yet to actually be spawning.
Hey,
I know.
Tommy, you may want to check her into a mental clinic, bro. Usually do that after Thanksgiving.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
That's one rule I have in my house. I don't care if you want to turn on Christmas music, the whole 9 yards, first part of November. That's fine, but you do not turn on Christmas music until after my birthday,
Which is?
next Sunday.
Happy birthday. I'm going to
Well,
forget.
thank you. Yeah, I know you will. And it's really nice. I've always gotten a 3-day weekend for my birthday, so it's horrible. I know.
Every time, except for this past 2 years, I've worked on my birthday. Nothing bad's happened. Knock on wood. But typically,
Yeah.
something bad happens every year on my birthday.
Yeah, 2 years ago we got 2.5 foot of snow on my birthday. And I got up. I got a text message from the boss that I was, for the company I was working for, said, we're not in. This was on a Thursday. We had Friday off anyhow. And boss shot everybody a message, nobody come in today, that type of crap. So I got up out of bed, and the wife works from home. So she went and got on her computer, and I walked out to the kitchen, poured myself a Jack and Coke. A bird dog and Coke, and I day drank.
I've done that.
So,
Damn, man. I love it. I get online, go live, and I lose 2 subs. It's fantastic.
oh,
Be safe
What the
traveling, Garcia.
safe travel, buddy.
Yeah, some people don't like me, man. They don't like the kind of person I am. They don't like the personality I have. Or they could just be fake. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that
My
I
wife
like.
dresses as a skeleton. Yeah, there you go. I've every year I hear that damn Mariah Carey song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and all I want to do is shoot the radio.
Yeah. For myself, when it comes to Christmas music, I personally don't want to hear it until about a week before.
I don't want to hear it till the day of.
So, they overplay the same BS every single time, and
Oh, no. There's Christmas lights on the house now. I'm sorry, Tommy.
oh,
That's all right. Mine are still up. All I got to do is go plug them in. I never took them down. I'm that fucking hillbilly that left them up year round.
we just took the last of the Christmas lights down in June.
Time to put it back up.
Yep.
I think it might just be your stream buffering. Mine's doing okay. I believe.
I haven't had any issues on this side, but
I believe. I believe. I know we got a delay, though. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. No problems on mine's not buffering. No problems there. No problems on my end. I got it on another screen. I watched my own live stream for the watch hours. Ain't that a bitch?
Had you let me know that that would help you out, I would have turned the TV on in here.
The thing that's rough for me is I know there's people lurking and watching.
Yeah.
I know they're watching. I understand it. People got things to do. Some of them are working.
Yeah.
Some of them are, doing other things. I get it. But hit the like button.
Yeah.
Because currently, right now, we have 11 people watching. I only have 8 likes. I don't like that. It's rude. I'm joking. It's not rude. I don't care if you hit the like button or not. I still love you.
What the heck? There, we back?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened on my side, but could be the friggin' Wi-Fi.
Oh, whoa. Sorry.
Well, it's about time.
What's about time?
Only Oscars. Finally hit the like button.
Oh, I
It's about
appreciate
time.
that. Thank you. All day long it is, Tommy. Tommy just sent me a picture, and I shit you not. Yeah, that's definitely going to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit on the podcast. By the
Okay.
time our next one comes out on Wednesday, the election's going to be over. We're all
I'm
going to
not
know.
quite sure how to help you with that.
Motherfucker, shut up. Anyway, the election will be over. The way this Renob over here doesn't answer me. But you guys are going to know who won. There's no point in us doing this person won or we're, a bitch fest. It's not going to happen. We're going to move on.
Yeah.
It's time for us to get into some things to where we either upset some people or we do some real good shit.
Yeah.
And it's that time. That's wild, bro. I'll have to send that picture to you, Mike.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not going to send it to you. You're going to have to watch the podcast.
I watch the damn podcast no matter what, you stupid pain in my rear.
You're going to watch the podcast. All of you guys are going to watch it. Tommy, if you'd like, you could post that link in the comment section so people that don't follow us can follow us. We are 100%. Man, I can't believe the amount of views that we get with a short amount of the small amount of followers we have. Literally, we get views that we don't get on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, 200-300 on live streams. I don't get that on here. I'm not famous enough to get that on here. But I mean, I think my highest viewed live stream is I've got one. It's in the 300s.
Okay.
Let me find it. Yeah, it was the first time that Shamu was on my channel. It was like 300 and some odd 330 views. And then the next one is going to be just, like a live stream of my actual it was my natural blue Akara. I got 1,800 views.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. There is our podcast. It is the Alien and Me podcast. If you're looking for us, it is on Rumble. It is 100% Resident Alien 86. I repeat, Resident Alien 86. We talk about everything that you are not allowed to talk about on YouTube. Mike can attest for that.
Yep.
If we talked about half the shit that we talk about on Rumble on here, I would be canceled in the first day. I promise you my channel would be shut down. I would have people picketing outside of my house saying, like I'm a woman hater or something. I'd be a member of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. It would be terrible. So, we'll find us on Rumble, Resident Alien 86. Resident Alien 86.
Oh my God, are you cereal?
So cereal.
Oh, like
I should
silver
eat a bowl.
cereal?
Dude, that's what I had for dinner last night. Was a bowl of cereal. I had a bowl of Cocoa Puffs.
You know, I wish I could do that. Oh,
Well, we went to Noisy's house. I went up there to help him with his car.
yeah.
Man got us the biggest pizza I've ever seen in my life. Him and his old lady. I'm going to rephrase that. Him and his lady, not his old lady. She'll kill me if I call her that. I mean, that pizza was, dude, it was a monster.
Yeah.
You know, helped him out. Trying to figure out why his car is misfiring on cylinder 3. I found a vacuum pump on it that is leaking. So he knows that's probably going to be the where to start. But I also believe there's a lot of carbon buildup on the pistons and the valves. I think a valve is hanging open or a piston ring has got carbon holding it to where it causes a misfire or blow by under on cylinder 3.
Gotcha.
So we got done doing that. He had to do water changes on his fish tanks in his fish room. And we're out there and he's got a 29-gallon tank sitting there. And he's like, you think I should reseal this? And I said, yeah. He's like, I don't know how to reseal a tank. I'm just going to put silicone over the top of it. I said, it'll never seal, bud. You can't use new silicone and old silicone. They don't match.
Yeah.
You know, they don't jive well together. So I ended up cutting the silicone out of this tank for him while I was there. I'm like, shit, I went up there to work on a car. I ended up cutting silicone out of a tank.
Hey.
Thoughts on using a pond filter on an aquarium? It's a filter.
Yeah, it's a filter. It really, as long as it's moving, moving water. Yeah.
So my goldfish pond, the filter that's on it used to be on my outdoor goldfish pond. So basically, I took the fish from outside, I put them in the 300. I put that filter on it. Had no, nothing. And then here we are. Oh, this is going to be a good question. How many? We asked this earlier. So he has a bunch of tanks and a lot of gallons.
Gosh dang it, I can't remember what I told you, but it's 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 tanks out here in the garage. A 300-gallon pond that I have my koi in, 75, 55, and a 39 bow front in the house, and a 10-gallon tank in the house. I've got 5 20 talls, 6 20 longs, gosh dang it, 9 40 breeders, another 70, 2 75s, 2 55s, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 10-gallon, and 2 5-gallon.
Oh, that is 100% what that is. Damn. Tommy, if you're still watching, damn. He-Man Woman Haters Club goes back to the Little Rascals movie, the newer one. She had glue that
It
will bond and
depends.
glass.
Is it a single hot dog or is it multiple hot dogs?
See, hold on. Now I got a question. Hold on. Is
Oh,
your
okay.
koi pond outdoors, and how are you heating it in the winter? Is your koi pond outdoors? It's in the garage, isn't it?
Yes, my koi pond is a exact same one that Jim has. It's a 300-gallon Rubbermaid water trough. Best way to put it. It's in the garage for the winter. In the summertime, I'm going to be using that for the smaller koi. I have a 600-gallon that is set up out in front of the house. With that one, I actually have chicken wire over top of it because of birds of prey, that type of thing. And I also have it set back away from the sidewalk in front of the house because of, well, neighbor kids. So,
All right. So about the hot dog. Now, this is my question. Why isn't a hot dog considered a taco?
true. Very true. I mean,
The
you get a
part is
good
the best don't like a taco shell.
you know, and to me, a good hot dog, you've got to have a good meat sauce to put on top of it. And also, my personal opinion, ketchup does not go on a hot dog at all. Mustard and mustard only. Again,
Oh.
again, that's my opinion. I mean, you can do what you want to do, but that's my personal opinion.
Nathan's beef hot dogs, I will wrap them in cheese. I will put ketchup on them, and then I will put hot dog sauce on the top of them.
Oh,
It's like a
good,
chili.
yeah, a good meat sauce, chili sauce, cheese, onion. Oh, I'm a fat kid in the candy store at that point. Uh, the best hot dogs I've had thus far is actually in Elmira, New York. Um, there's two of them. There's M&M Hots. They actually were closed during the pandemic. Bull crap. Um, they just reopened actually finally this past summer actually when we were out there. And the other, I can't remember the name of it now, but the one that I wish I had the meat sauce recipe was Armin's Hots. And they were in Elmira. The recipe died with the guy that owned owned the little restaurant.
See, I would love to live dangerously and put onions on anything, but I'm allergic to a raw onion. I will die.
Yep.
Found out the entire hard way.
Ah. Yeah. See, the wife is allergic to onion. But she ends up with hives in the back of her throat if she eats them.
Cuts my
And
breathing off. You need an EpiPen, quick.
yeah, hers is not as severe, but it's definitely irritating. And she just we there's certain things that I keep onions in the house for me to put into like the chili that she made. I've got to have onion and chili. It's me. But
Now, you could cook the ever-living snot out of them, and I can eat them.
yeah,
Like, if you go to, like, the only onion rings I can eat are from Burger King. Imagine that.
okay,
It's not really a freaking onion ring at that point.
yeah, they're onion
It's,
flavored.
it's onion-flavored, deep-fried mush. But, yeah, you can cook the ever-living shit out of them. I'll eat them.
Yep.
Yeah, I just try to avoid it. If anything happens, I know what to do. I know how much time I have, I should say.
Excuse me.
We got a place here. It's in 269 Catawba, Ohio.
Mhm.
Called Nettie's. They got they got some fantastic chili dogs. You could ask Sean. He was there. Noisy. He was there with
Gotcha.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of the place. Of course, 90% of the time I've always been driving through in a 18-wheeler, not really an easy place or easy vehicle to pull up to any place and get a bite to eat. So
When's your next venture through Ohio?
right now, with the way everything's going, finance wise with us, probably not till next summer.
When you
It's
swing
just
through, definitely let me know.
yeah.
I'll send you home with a care package.
Ooh. Is it going to be videos and pictures involved in this care package?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
We can film it.
Uh,
AI had Trump and Gatlinburg. Oh, good for AI. I don't talk politics on here, Slim Tim. No politics.
I have a couple of friends that we don't talk politics at all, except for once a year. Well, we don't talk politics. We don't talk religion because
Yeah, you don't talk to either one of those. Now, however, on Rumble, we'll talk both of them and not give two shits.
yeah. And
The only condiment is never put on a hot dog. What? I've never had mayo on a hot dog.
I can't disagree with them at all.
I have to try that.
I've never, but at the same token, isn't bologna just sliced hot dog?
Completely tastes different to me.
Yeah. Now, you want to, if you want to try something that's even, with your bologna, you usually get like the Oscar Mayer, it's pretty good, thickness, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to your deli section at, whatever, brain fart, grocery store you want to. Okay. Have them slice bologna like you would have the ham sliced, very thin. Totally different taste again.
Yes.
I have done that for years, and to me that tastes a whole heck of a lot better.
I've actually watched how mayo was made on how it's made.
I've actually been, with my with my diabetes, I've actually been making my own stuff here lately.
It's not hard to make mayo. It's egg whites and oil.
No, it's not. And with myself, I'm doing it more for one. I know where the food is or where the food came from.
Yeah.
And I know what's in it because I have found that I can actually eat more stuff that has higher sugar content, higher carb content than the processed foods and not have an issue with a blood sugar spike.
All right. So this is really good right here. Now, this takes me back to my childhood, June. Thank you. Chips on a bologna sandwich.
Yes.
You can't beat it, man.
No, you can't.
You're getting crunchy, salty.
Uh-huh.
You're getting everything.
Yeah. The first time I ever saw that, I was at a family. It was a family gathering, like a family reunion or something like that. And one of my cousins did that. I was probably 8, 9 years old, and it was one of you got to try it. Well, I did. Haven't gone back since.
I don't care what chips it is. It could be regular chips, barbecue chips, Doritos. It don't matter. Yep. You know what? I'm sad about Mythbusters, however, because one of my favorite people from that show actually passed away, Grant Imahara.
Yeah.
Grant was the man.
That was a good show.
However, that redhead was sexy as shit. Just saying.
Yeah.
Carrie Byron? That's her name.
I don't remember, honestly.
Peanut butter chips and pickles. That does not sound appeasing to me. However, I'm old school hillbilly. Yes, I'm hillbilly. Sunday morning is fried eggs and fried bologna for me. And toast. It's a breakfast for me. But I will take peanut butter and just straight up like Angel Mama syrup, mix it together, eat it with crackers. Yep. That's like a poor treat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I grew up dirt ass poor, dude. Like we literally the other night when we were doing our we were on my live stream the other night and we were doing mama jokes. Literally, my parents used to take me to KFC to lick other people's fingers. We were that poor.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, my dad felt obligated to feed the entire neighborhood because everybody was same level of poor. You know what I mean? So I get it. That's why I'm the man I am today, is because of him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I won't let anybody starve. I don't care who you are. If you're hungry, I'll feed you.
Yep. Yeah. I'm the same way. I mean, I'm not. I've been there. It's the best way to put it. I've been there.
I've
And
been
I just,
home.
yeah.
Tim's now stuck on the chick from Mythbusters.
Uh-huh. uh,
But yeah, man, I some of my favorite meals are some of the cheapest shit you can eat. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Growing up, in my grandmother's house, you never knew who was going to walk through that door. You know, especially when dinner time rolled around, people knew her as, she never turned anybody away
Same.
ever. You know, and my dad, was like that for many years as well. I mean, it was on, when he started getting bad, he has had a uh, kind of a rare neuropathy. Uh, I forget. There's a country singer that has it, but it's called CMT. It's Charcot-Marie tooth, and it actually deteriorates your muscle tissues over a period of time. Has a lot of the same symptoms as polio, but polio comes on very quickly. This takes a number of years to fully affect you. And my father went from a 350 pound gentleman that stood 6'2" to 165 pounds when he passed away. Uh, that very well could be, no, not Randy Travis. Uh, I'll think of it here in a few.
Can I get a hold of that mold? I'd like to spank it. I mean, go ahead.
I can't say I would disagree with you there, sir. I mean, I prefer the real thing, but I mean, anything, second place. So
That's why we're men. We take matter in our own hands.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, with dad, he, even he had a motorized wheelchair for, he was on dialysis for 15 years. And when he passed, it was when, where, why, and how he wanted. Plain and simple. I didn't agree with it, but it was his choice. Um, but for years, it didn't matter who you were. Especially at Thanksgiving. My sister, stayed with him, you know, for a number of years, and it was always, we made Thanksgiving dinner, or he would make Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, he'd make meals, or help make meals that, didn't matter who you were. You were hungry, come on in, grab
Yep.
yourself a plate.
I think that's it's like the hospitality thing that nobody has anymore.
Yeah.
I just get tired of the amount and level of. This is gonna sound really bad. Nobody has any compassion for their fellow man anymore.
This is true.
It's like, oh, you have this, I want to be better than you.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. Fuck you.
Yep.
There's a couple episodes I hope that your kids never see either, Tommy.
Yeah,
But if they do, they say that's my dad.
Yeah, that one episode that you and Tommy are running around naked and whatnot. Yeah, I hope they never see
Bad
that.
episode.
uh,
So we really only had two people come up
well,
and ask questions. What up? Both my parents passed before I was 11. I'm fortunate enough to have my mom and my stepfather. My sperm donor died. Who cares? I am huge. You're correct. I'm huge in more than one way. I'm hung like a hamster.
Hey, I'm hung like a horse. It's a seahorse, but by God, it's a horse. Uh,
Oh, I used to cook for all until I got injured. Any new projects? I'm working on one. Can't say what it is because the last one I put up here, somebody took my idea and ran with it. I'm hung like a beaver. I'm hung like an ant, 10 times stronger than it should be. You know, it's I enjoy doing these interviews. I really do. It's a good time. I like to hang out with people. You know, I like to enjoy company of people. Tommy is a eunuch. He has no weenie. But the last couple live streams, Tic Tac hurts at 99 miles per hour. You got a small dick. It's the size of a Tic Tac. Yeah, that's why your mom's
Yeah.
breath smells so good.
I was just gonna say that.
The last couple of live streams I talked about, like not this style live stream, not my Sunday interviews, like my other live streams.
Yeah,
I've talked about getting, stepping back, pulling back, and then I released a video. It is what it is. I get it.
yeah.
I've got one coming out tomorrow night at 8:00. It's a premiere. Yeah, it's a plug on me. I can plug it. It's the review for that light behind me. I'm trying things. I'm doing different things. I'm trying to make my fish room. I want to get that love back that I had when I started. I lost it, man. I got wrapped up in too much different stuff, and I lost what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you and I talked about it, before, that's what I was trying to get across to you. You have to do what you need to do. Quite frankly, no matter what, you need to do you. Now, you don't need to, and you don't need to try to appease the numbers or the algorithm or anything like that. You need to do you. The people that are going to follow you are going to follow you.
That's what I'm hoping. What the fuck is going on outside that my dog is crying about? Baby, Mama's not here. Mama left in a midnight train to Georgia. Hopefully she don't fucking come back.
Is that thank God in Greyhound she's gone?
She's all right. I will, like Tommy said it the best. I'll never be able to appeal to everyone. I'm not trying to. I need to appeal to myself.
Exactly.
I'm going to run with what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to do my just live streams. I'll drop a video. Like I said, if I feel like it, I'll drop a video. And that's why I dropped the one I dropped the other day. It was, a little inside peek of what I was doing. I've got this video, the review video coming out for this. I've got the North Fin video coming out.
Yeah.
I needed to do those, and I just didn't feel like doing it. I don't have the drive to do it.
Yeah.
I'm focused on, hey, I got to try to get this channel monetized fully and make some money off of it. Well, guess what? Once I get to 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, I've got to maintain that shit.
Yeah.
I'm putting even more on top of it.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying, if you need to step back. Don't worry about it. You make you did this just for fun when you first started.
I turned it into a job.
Exactly. And you need to make it where it's fun for you.
It's just getting time is getting to be an issue. You only can do so much. I work full time. I'm there 50, 60 hours a week. I'm a husband. I have yard work to do. I have shit around the house that breaks I have to fix. I have got to do other things. Also got to take care of all these bastards.
Yeah.
So, if I get a chance to film something, I might. If I don't, oh well. You guys will see it whenever. Like, you could see this fish room in 6 months, and that might not be there. Where the hell did your 240 go? I sold it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I work, 60, 65 hours a week. I trash my truck all the freaking time. I mean, you know,
We don't even want
pun
to talk about
intended.
cars.
What's that?
Oh, we don't want to talk about cars.
Yeah. No. I'm not talking. I'm talking my work truck.
Oh,
I
I
trash
get that.
that. Yeah, I trash that every
Seen
single
that.
day.
Flat tires, broken shit,
Yeah. Dumpsters falling off the ass end of it.
almost hitting you. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and then, I have that. I've got, stuff around the house that needs to be worked on. I've got, we have 4 kids, you know, well, 3 living in the house and a grandkid. Well, I'm sorry, 4, 3 living in the house and a grandkid. We've got, you know, 6 dogs, at the house. They're a pain in the ass to begin with.
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody has the same responsibility. I get that. But I just can't appease everybody. I can't make everybody happy. I need to worry about myself. And, we were just talking about the cars thing. So I'm going to Michigan yesterday to help Noisy. So I'm going through the Ohio Turnpike and I get off, where I need to go. And I hear something dragging, and the lady's at the box is like, hey, you're dragging something.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, my car is a 2013 Ford Fusion.
Okay.
It has 31,000 miles on it.
Did you buy? I was gonna say, did you buy my old Ford?
Yeah, it came from my wife's grandmother.
Oh, okay.
I literally pulled over, the entire belly pan fell off of this car, rotted off of this car.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, dragging this mother down the freeway. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So that was my day yesterday. Then I worked on his car. Then I came back. My wife was in the back seat sleeping. So, Aurora, nobody's here, honey. She's crying. She thinks that her mama's outside, and she's not. My camera would have told me. And I just looked at it. There's no car in the driveway. Man, I don't miss. You know what? I can say one thing. Living in the Rust Belt up here actually made me a better mechanic. I can extract shit that nobody else can. Seriously, we had a guy with a kid with a motorcycle. He broke a bolt off trying to change the exhaust on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
He took it to a motorcycle shop. They told him they couldn't get it out. He called. He said, hey. He's like, what? He's like, do you guys extract bolts? I'm like, what do you got? And he explained to me what he had and where it was. I said, I get that out. He's like, well, the motorcycle shop said it couldn't. They'd have to replace the head. I said, bring me the damn motorcycle. You know what I mean? Get it here.
Yeah.
Turns it in. Gone. I had it out in 45 minutes. You just got to know what you got to do.
Yeah.
We got corn husk in our, you got that ethanol. We got E85 up here, dude. Well, we don't have to run on it. Our cars are flex fuel. We can run standard or ethanol.
I don't worry about the ethanol. It's just biodiesel for me.
Hold on. Motherfucker, I never thought of that. I never thought to ask freaking Noisy what he was running in his car.
Yeah.
I know he said he runs premium, but what? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I know around it, I know here premium is non-ethanol.
Yeah, absolutely it does. I never thought to ask him that.
Yeah, because well, my other hobby, my antique tractors, that's all I run in them is non-ethanol, because I ran it one season with just cheap gas, and I ended up having to rebuild the damn carburetor, which is a
Yeah,
pain.
you want to hear something really wild? So I have a 62-year-old gentleman that works with me.
Okay.
The man can't adjust the carburetor.
Oh, jeez.
Tell me why my 43-year-old ass can adjust one leg. It's my job.
Mm-hmm.
Your old ass grew up in that era and can't.
Yeah.
You have to go somewhere specific to get non-ethanol gas here. After high school, I drove to LA to visit my brother. I had a control rod rust off. Took it to a parts store and they freaked out. They've never seen that much rust. Dude, I've had some things come in that I don't know how I was there. You guys got to split up for a while. It's a good thing. I can rebuild a quadrojet. I can adjust a quadrojet. I can do it on the fly. I don't know why I can, but I can. Oh, that's right. I've owned old shitty cars.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you become a pretty damn mechanic when you're buying cheap cars.
Joe,
Yeah.
look, you have no. Yeah.
The first vehicle I bought was oh good gosh, it was an '80s Nissan Sentra,
You
and
got to be a damn good mechanic to work on that.
well, it ran for the guy that we bought it from had just rebuilt the transmission, and it's somebody that we trusted. Uh, the and he said that there was a really slow leak in the transmission, and he said basically once a month you got to you might have to put half a quart into it. But he's had taken the transmission apart multiple times, couldn't figure it out, all 9 yards. Anyhow, had the car for a month. The oil pump went out on it,
Okay.
and it went from a tick to a knock to a boom in a matter of the snap of a finger.
Mystic,
And
I forgot what kind of truck you have. Go ahead. I continue. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, you're fine. So after that, I had it was my father and I's pickup truck. It was a '90 F-250 with two-wheel drive, 5-speed, 351 Windsor into it. Love that thing. And there was a morning that we went out, went to start the truck, and all I got was a clunk. That was it.
Oh,
Just clunk. And so truck sat for 5-6 months, something like that, till I could afford a starter. Because that I didn't know if it was a starter, if it what the case may be. But after about 4.5, 5 months, Dad just it pops into his head and he says, "Have you pulled the starter on that thing yet?" I said, "No, why?" He says, "Pull the starter on it." So I did. The shroud around the Bendix had snapped off and gone down in the bell housing. So I got, a set of those, and of course there was that cast, metal, non-magnetic.
yeah.
So I got those, the 4-claw,
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to talk. It looks like a little syringe on the other end. Reach down in there, and just by pure luck, not having to pull the bell housing back, or off the motor, I was able to grab a hold of it, pull it up out, put the new starter into it, fired right off.
Mystic Pets. I don't know what kind of gas stations you have around you. I don't know what engine's in your Colorado, but I've got a turbo car, and I run freaking 87 in mine. Yeah, Slim Tim, they had 5-cylinder Colorados. They were terrible. The 2900 4-cylinder was a better engine. Well, guys, we are at a little past the 2-hour mark. I have got some things I need to get done tonight because I got to work tomorrow, even though I don't want to. So, anything you want to say before we get off?
I'm good at the moment. Tomorrow I gotta get up early. I gotta go over to Jamestown, which is about 2 hours away, to go do the route over there because that guy is off for the next week. So it's gonna be a fun one.
Hey, don't drop any trash cans on yourself or big dumpsters.
I don't plan on it.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hey, Danny, you got on here just as we were getting off. Guys, if you haven't got a chance to check out Flatbed Aquatics, you should. Gentleman's got a few videos up. He's got a small channel. I think he's got like 6 or 7 subscribers. Let's change that. Let's make it happen, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give the man some fame. Let's see here. Pimping all over the world. He's actually got 7 subscribers.
Ooh, I haven't checked in a while, so
Gonna drop the link. Link in the chat. Mexicali. What's up, man? You lurking in the background. This is smooth babyface Jim. I'm gonna go slide the draws off somebody's old lady. Probably mine. But here's Flatbed's channel. Go check him out. And guys, I appreciate everybody being here. Oh, everybody, she's running to say hi.
oh God. Yeah. As I told Jim, no, one pee touch.
No peeking touch.
Just the one. I feel like that's more flirting than it.
We're gonna check everybody's peepees, including my own. Touched it. All right, guys, have a great night. Remember, it's your hobby. Do it your way.
Exactly. Have a good night.
Will you turn it on so I can see the wall?
Yes, give me 1 second, baby.